If you have any questions or concerns about this week's episode, please call or text producer Dan at 778-288-9255.
Start the party, Dan! Time to turn it up, we're getting crazy, going wild, talking nasty stuff. Dudes scrolling hell sites, buttons up, fire, boom, roast, mad post, sticking up the replies. We don't want to go to school, we don't want to get a job, we just want to get online and get our asses blocked. We don't follow the rules, we do whatever we want. It's Block Party, the podcast, like we're tweeting a duck. Block Party, Block Party, Block Party, my mentions are fucked. Block Party, Block Party, Block Party, I quote tweeted a duck.
Hello, friends, idiots, and friends who are also idiots. Welcome to your favorite podcast about social media and rejection. It is Block Party. This is episode number 262. I'm John.
I'm Stefan.
And with us is a fantastic guest, a returning guest to the program. He is 1/3 of the Evil Men podcast and a very funny stand-up comedian who just released his debut stand-up comedy album, Michael 1, Comedy 0. Michael Balazo is here.
Hello,
Hi,
Michael.
Hey guys, how's it going? And immediately, first of all, thanks for having me. But I have to correct you, John. In fact,
Oh no, it's not your
no.
debut
this
album.
is my second album. What's that called? You call it a what's number 2 called?
Unreal.
Sophomore album.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know English.
Yeah, and they often talk about the sophomore slump.
Yes.
So
This album-
how's that going so
I'm
far?
absolutely deep in the slump. This album is a real letdown for fans. It's not at all what they were expecting. No, I actually think it's good.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. That is my bad. I feel like I did not look it up beforehand, but I just, for some reason, I felt like I saw this week that you wrote when you were promoting it, debut comedy album. That's on me. That's my B.
It's
my
your
beat.
debut sophomore album. It is your first.
It's
second
my first
album.
second album, and maybe what you
So maybe that's
good
what
point.
John saw.
Maybe, John, you
Yeah.
misread. Maybe you're thinking of my bio that says, like, get my debut album here in the bio, which I have to update for my sophomore release.
That is probably what it is. Yes, get my sophomore album here. I'm slumping by Michael Balazo.
Get your slump on. Yes.
Get your slump on. Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, tell us a little bit about the album. Did you record it recently? What's going
I
on?
recorded it in June here in Toronto at Comedy Bar over 2 nights. And I tried to get it out as quickly as possible because the first time I did an album, I waited like 8 months before I even listened back to the recordings because I was like all uptight, like, what if it's no good? What if I don't like it? And then it took so long to come out. So this one, I wanted it to come out much faster. And it's mostly I guess the themes. It's called Michael 1 Comedy 0 because I end a bunch of jokes with scores of me winning or losing. And if you want to hear stories and jokes from a 5'8" man who's complaining or talking about times he's been insulted in public, this is the comedy album for you.
Okay,
Wow.
5'8". Wow, that's crazy. So you're only about 3 inches taller than Stefan.
Come on, I'm 5'9". You know that, John. I'm famously 5'9".
I don't know how tall you are.
Yes,
I just
you
know you're
do.
short.
Oh my
I think
God,
I am
I'm 5'9".
5'9", but I round down for comedic effect, and my fans
It's
love it.
5'8" is funnier than 5'9"
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
5'9" sounds like I'm lying about it. I think, and I'm not. to
Oh,
be cool.
interesting.
Yeah, I think
'Cause I know,
technically
like,
I'm like
peop-
5'9" and a half, but
Because
that
people will
sounds
say
even worse.
6 feet as a lie for like 5'10".
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I'm 6 feet, but then when I say 6 feet, nobody believes that I'm 6 feet.
yeah.
Even though I am, and we
You
have
are.
actually measured me on the
You
podcast
are. I know you are.
before.
Yeah.
So 6 feet is kind of a lie for 5'10". So you think 5'9" is a lie for like 5'6" or 5'7"?
Because 5'9", you're like, well, no one's gonna like lie about being 5'9". You know what I mean? Because it
Right.
sounds,
Yeah, I
it
should
still
start
sounds
saying
quite
I'm
bad.
5'9".
Yeah, Dan, how tall are you again?
I'm 5'6".
Okay, yeah.
Are you 5'6", Dan?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan, you got a little bit more of like 5'2" energy for me.
Fuck does
He's
that
not.
mean?
He's not 5'2".
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
have
trying to rattle
6'6"
his.
energy when I beat your fucking ass, John.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a classic David
Dan,
versus Goliath.
I do think I will beat you up, Dan. I think for sure.
I think Dan
will.
would fight. Dan would have like a knife or something on him.
Oh,
I think.
Dan.
I mean, I fight
like,
dirty, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dan would have a really good first 10 seconds of the fight, and then I like my chances after that. As long as I can survive the initial barrage, I think
I think
Dan
you're
will be
I
out of
wrestled in
breath
high
and I
school,
will-
so I could. Once I get you to the ground, you're I'll
Okay.
make you hurt, motherfucker.
Dan, do you remember when we played pickup basketball at John's
Well, that's
bachelor
what
party?
I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd have to be quick, but
That's what I'm saying. You got about 10 seconds, and if you don't beat me, if you don't render me unconscious in the first 10 seconds, then it's going to be a problem.
I had at least a minute.
Yeah, we played a game of pickup basketball at my stag, Michael, and Dan had some moves, but
He did.
then he got out of breath very
Well,
very
but Dan was
quickly.
also like, I think you were playing with a drink in one hand and a cigarette in your mouth, right?
That sounds right. Yeah, I was also
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
like
Which is-
a jacket and jeans and shit.
Yes.
Not exactly Michael
sure.
Jordan here.
No, no.
That's cool though. That's like 70s vibes. Like athletes in the 70s, you always see them like in the middle of a hockey game or a baseball game, just smoking a cigarette or drinking a beer or something.
Yeah, but then also the thing with that is like you're like, oh yeah, like Gordie Howe, you know, like he's like smoking a cigar or whatever during the game. But then you also look at him and he's like just like built like a brick shit house.
Oh
and like,
yeah,
it's
his
just like-
forearms are like
He's
bigger
so-
than my neck.
he's just so thick and like tall. Yeah, so like you know, Dan is not quite at Gordie Howe level just yet. I don't think, but he's getting
That's
there.
fair
I
to
think.
say.
Yeah, I think Dan would be pretty tough in the corners. I'm pretty sure he'd be dirty in the corners for sure.
I'm dirty everywhere.
Are you guys watching today? We're recording. Not only are we celebrating my album, but today is the day of the Grey Cup. Are you guys excited?
That's right.
Oh,
A very
yes.
Canadian day. It's Winnipeg and is it Toronto?
Montreal.
No, Montreal.
And
Okay.
Toronto had one of the best seasons ever,
Yeah.
and then lost the semifinal to Montreal.
Right. I know BC lost to Winnipeg in the semis as well. I have been to 2 Grey Cups when they were in Vancouver. Actually, wait, maybe 3 actually.
really?
Yeah, because I mean the tickets aren't like crazy expensive for like you know the Canadian version of the Super Bowl, but
Right.
it is fun. I'm trying to remember the halftime shows that I saw. Okay, the first one was in like 2005 or something, and it was the Black Eyed Peas.
Right. Did they?
And this was
Did they
in-
sing their now deleted hit song?
Well, I think they sang the updated version of it. I want to say, well, it might have even been before that. This might have been like "Where Is the Love" era Black Eyed Peas because
Right.
it was like the Grey Cup, right? So
No, I feel like it was. Let's Get Our.
maybe
era
it
of,
was, but I just remember this
of
was
Black Eyed Peas.
this was at BC Place.
Let me see. Black
this-
Eyed Peas, Grey Cup.
Yeah, see when it was. It was 04 or 05, I want to
So-
say.
Let's get
But
Grey
it was
Cup
BC
did.
Place.
They played Pump It,
Okay.
Don't Funk with My Heart,
Yeah.
My Humps,
Okay, so it would have been around that.
and
Yeah.
and Let's Get It Started.
But it was Let's Get It Started. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, they didn't do the R.
I wonder if they had to have a meeting
But I-
with CFL officials about like, so which version of the song are you gonna do?
it was really quite bad, I will say.
Some of
because-
these Grey Cup halftime shows
Oh,
are crazy.
Well, so
go ahead, Stefan.
The
Sorry, I
thing
didn't
with the
mean to
Black Eyed
interrupt.
Peas was that this was BC Place before it was renovated. And
Right.
Michael, I don't know if you ever went to BC Place or you're aware of what it looked like before the renovations,
No.
but it was like it was one of those classic big like puffy like
it was like
marshmallow.
an inflatable dome.
Yeah.
was
like,
it built
it
for
was-
like
yeah.
Expo 86 or something or no?
I think it was built around then.
okay.
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
I think it was built for that. I think that's right.
Right.
And because it was like before they renovated it, and I mean even since, it's like a huge hunk of shit, and it
Yeah,
sucks.
it's a big concrete. It's like Skydome if Skydome was much worse.
Yeah, but before, because now it has a roof that can open at least, and like
Yeah.
when the roof is open, it's pretty nice. I feel like it's not bad,
Yeah.
you know. But before that, it was awful because it would get so like in the summer, especially, it would get so fucking hot in there. It would just be like a swamp because you just have this big fucking I don't know vinyl roof or whatever the hell it was, and I will say possibly the worst acoustic setup imaginable.
Yeah.
Because they're just like on the field in this huge cavern, and the audio is just like bouncing off like the marshmallow ceiling or whatever, and it was so brutal. And I was there with my dad and my like 80-year-old grandpa from Kitchener, Ontario. And I will say, I think he has since passed, but I think I can speak for him when I say he was not a huge fan of the Black Eyed Peas.
Were you like, Grandpa, it's the acoustics. Trust me, this is a great band.
I love this band. This band is so sick.
Yeah, but then I saw so Nickelback played in I want to say 2010 or 2011.
I'm just looking at some of the old ones, like so first of all, I will say, Michael, you're correct. Expo 86 was why BC Place was built.
Yeah.
But one thing that really blows me away, the Grey Cup halftime in 2003, they got Bryan Adams, but then for some reason also had Sam Roberts. It's like, you got Bryan Adams already. Why?
But that was Sam Roberts.
Why are you adding like a mediocre Canadian
That was Sam
guy?
Roberts at his peak. That was
but even still.
Don't Walk Away, Eileen, Sam Roberts, you know?
Yeah, it was where he played Where Have All the Good People Gone,
Yeah.
and Bryan Adams played Can't Stop This Thing We Started in summer of 69.
Of course, yeah.
Shania
Bryan Adams-
Twain played it, which is sick too.
Yeah.
Bryan Adams didn't play his song from the album 18 Till I Die called I Wanna Be, brackets, Your Underwear, close brackets.
Sorry, is that a real...
That's a real Bryan Adams song.
I want to be your underwear.
Okay, I'm
I just
looking
want to
this
be
up.
really close to your vagina if I could.
want to
The lyrics
be...
read
be
like
great.
it's like a pervert in the dark, just like like texting a stranger that he wants to be her underwear. It's
this is from 1996? Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, 1996.
I want to
yeah.
be your t-shirt when it's wet. I want to be the shower when you sweat. I got to be the tattoo on your skin. You let me be your bed, baby, when you climb in. Yeah. I want to be the sheets when you sleep. Let me be the secrets that you keep. I got to be the spoon to still your cream. I want to be the one that really makes you scream. Yeah, now I want to be your lipstick when you lick it. I want to be your high heels, when you kick it. I want to be sweet love, babe, yeah, when you make it. From your feet up to your hair, more than anything I swear. I want to be your underwear. Oh, God, it gets so much. Oh, my God.
How does it get worse?
Well,
I like that
you're not going to guess what he says next, John.
they definitely were going for, he originally wrote like, I'm going to make you cream. And then they were like, no. Can't go that far.
Well-
Gotta say, putting on skin
No,
cream, I'll
he-
make you scream or
No,
whatever
because
it
he
was.
does go. I want.
Here's
Oh
Brian.
yeah, I want. Let me just. Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to be the itch that you scratch. Want to be your chair when you relax. I got to be your razor when you shave. Want to be the habit that really makes you crave. I want to shave your pussy with my mouth. I think is what he said. I don't know. This song is just about face sitting. That's what
I
it's.
want to unload all over your face.
I want to be your hot tub when you dip in. I want to be your bathrobe when you drip in. Oh my God. I want to be your coffee, baby. Yeah, when you sippin'. I just want to be right there more than anything, I swear. I want to be your underwear. You know what I mean.
It's his
You know
horniest
what I mean.
song.
It's okay. Yeah, I want to be your sleeping bag, baby, slip inside. I'm just going to read the whole thing. We're almost done here. Let me be your motorcycle, take you for a ride. All right. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to be your hot sauce. Yeah, when you're cooking. I want to be your sunglasses. Hey, good looking. I want to be the one. Yeah, you sticky hook in. I just want to be right there more than anything, I swear. Oh yeah, I want to be your underwear. That is fucking crazy.
I want
Oh
you
my
to use
God.
my hand to wipe your butt.
yeah.
Holy
That's
shit.
really, that's cool.
Yeah.
That song's cool.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of saying that. I'm always sort of like, baby, let me.
I was never
be
a
your
big Bryan
underwear,
Adams
baby.
fan, but I am now. I mean, this is
The
my
the Grey
God.
Cup halftime show in 2008 featured Theory of a Dead Man, which makes me
in
laugh a lot.
2008.
In 2008, yeah. And then it was in
Wow.
Montreal, so then they also had a French guy sing, Andre Waters, who I've never heard of in my
Okay.
life. And then the other good one is like last year, I genuinely do not know who any of these people are. I'm
Okay.
guessing they're country guys.
Yeah.
But we got Tyler Hubbard,
Oh,
Jordan Davis, and Josh Ross. I don't know who the fuck
Okay.
those people
Did you
are.
see?
Okay.
Did you see the first
They're all
halftime
country
show?
guys.
By the way.
Apparently, Tyler Hubbard is the Florida Georgia line guy.
Okay. Did you see? So until 1989, the Grey Cup halftime performance, if one occurred, was usually a marching band.
Was the same with the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl started in the 80s, I want to say, but like
Yeah,
it was,
Gloria Estefan, I think,
Yeah.
was the first artist.
The first,
to, proper artist.
the first like halftime show that wasn't a marching band was at BC Place in 1990, and it was a bunch of folk dance groups.
Well, this
The
year,
Mlada Saradia Serbian folk dance group.
Yeah, they really popped up. They really popped off. They
And
got all the fans going.
Ewan's Institute of Taekwondo. Like
I would love to go to the Grey. That's such a Canadian thing right there. Is I go to the Grey Cup and the halftime show is a Taekwondo demonstration.
They have the Guess Who performed, like you said, Shania Twain.
Oh, they've had good ones, and recently they've
Tragically
definitely
Hip.
put more money into it. Like
this year?
they've definitely had Keith Urban, Shania in 2017,
Justin Bieber,
Alessia Cara. Like they've had some bigger ones.
You know who it is this year, right?
It's punk
Oh,
as
yeah,
hell.
baby.
It's gone
Yeah.
totally punk rock.
Yeah,
Who is it? Can I say?
go
Yeah,
ahead.
you say it.
Billy Joe, Mike Dirnt, and Trey Cool, aka Green Day Band.
Green Day
Wow.
Band.
Green Day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, as Stefan would say.
Oh
Green
my
Day.
God! By the way, did you see, John? Can you the set list from last year?
Yeah.
Can you please read one of the songs on there?
Yeah. Yeah. One of the songs is called 5'9". 5'9" by Tyler Hubbard.
The fuck?
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Oh boy.
But it's apparently, this sucks. I'm reading the Wikipedia now. It says, according to him, the three writers originally did not have any concepts in mind until Johnston began playing a guitar riff, which is, I assume, how songs generally work.
Yeah.
You guys want to write some songs? I got no ideas. And then one guy's like, I don't know, I'll start playing a guitar. We'll just see what happens. And then the three decided to make a list of things they considered good, such as dry wood makes good fires. They then added the line, God makes 5'9", brown eyes, and a sundress, which was inspired by Hubbard's wife, Haley. Her actual height is 5'10", but Hubbard decided to keep it as is because it rhymes well with the other lines. What a deep thinker right there.
Hey guys, let's make a list of things we like.
Yeah. Dry wood for a fire or whatever it was. Here are some of the lyrics. We've got Jack makes good whiskey. Yeah. Red dirt makes good riding roads. Country makes good music. How is that a line? For kicking up dust in a tail light glow. Dry wood makes good fires. Good years make good swings. That's all good but for me. And then it's God makes 5'9", brown eyes and a sundress, loves Tim McGraw and a small town accent. Ain't no way that me and this truck made her fall in love. Jack makes good whiskey, but God makes the good stuff.
Oh,
What?
it sucks.
Country music fucking reeks.
It's really
I
bad,
really
man.
don't get how
Well, the
people
new
love.
stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Like
it's,
pop country,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean.
so brutal, man. God damn, that sucks.
It just is like everything that you make fun of country music about, they're just over there still they're just
Legitimately,
doing
yeah.
it all the time.
Just-
they're never like, oh, people kind of always make fun of the truck thing. Maybe we should stop bringing up our trucks.
Green Day has a new album, right? Is that
I think they're promoting a new album.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
called 5'6".
But I'm nervous that the whole Grey Cup and CFL, there might be like a punk rock riot, or they might disrespect the RCMP when they bring out the Grey Cup. They might spit on them and stuff.
what's
That would be so funny if Green Day actually tipped the balance of Grey Cup fans. The
Wait,
RCMP
is it in-
carrying the cup out and everybody's fuck the police.
It's in Toronto, right?
No,
Is
Hamilton.
it?
It is in Toronto.
Oh,
Or
Hamilton.
yeah.
So
Okay,
Green Day
wow,
are staying at a
okay.
Hamilton hotel tonight, or maybe flying out
That's-
immediately after they finish.
I feel like maybe they're not staying.
Probably
Yeah.
flying out immediately, I would say. Yeah. Yeah.
I do like the new single. They're trying to kind of do the American Idiot thing again, and the new single is called "The American Dream Is Killing Me." So it's I do Green Day with some poignant sort of commentary on society, which I think is needed nowadays.
I saw yesterday there was a betting site and you could bet on what song they were going to play first.
Boy.
Green Day. You guys want to guess what the best odds are?
I'm gonna
Yeah, I feel like Boulevard of Broken Dreams they might close with. I could see
That
Or-
was in the odds, but it was not the top odds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess they're gonna open with "Welcome to Paradise."
Yeah, because they're in Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're gonna play the hidden track at the end of Dookie.
I was all by myself
I think probably Basket Case.
when no one
right?
was looking.
Basket Case is probably best odds.
I was thinking of you. No, Basket Case was not best odds.
Wow. I mean, I guess it could be American Idiot.
That is the best odds.
Okay.
Yes.
Will they
Plus
change-
Canada
Plus
too.
100.
Win people over.
Do you think they'll change the lyrics?
Plus 100 was American Idiot.
Oh, to
and
do
then-
Canadian Idiot, maybe, yeah.
Oh, don't want to be a I mean, going to the Grey Cup in Hamilton, you probably are a Canadian
Here's the question:
idiot.
if they change the lyrics to Canadian Idiot, would that bet pay off?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I'll get you the exact odds here. I saw it earlier. Oh, but see that football started, so now they're just fucking tweeting every 4 seconds about Sunday football. We're recording this a week before this episode comes out. We understand the Grey Cup is well over now.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me look this up here. It was, I know that you could get other for plus 420, and that kind of felt like a decent. What were the
bet.
other
other song options?
Okay, so you got American Idiot plus 110,
Okay.
Basket Case plus 135,
Okay.
Other plus 425, Boulevard of Broken Dreams plus 500,
That's the closer to me, I think.
Good Riddance plus 700, Wake Me Up When September Ends plus 750.
I don't think that's getting played at all.
Yeah, like I mean, if they opened with Time of Your Life, that would be extremely funny.
No, they got to open with. So American Idiot is like makes sense as an opener, I think, because it does kind of just like the way it starts out too, right? They're gonna want to start with a bang, you know.
Yeah. Don't wanna be an American
Other is
idiot.
not a bad bet because like I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't open with a new song. They're going to play a new song, obviously. I
Yeah.
think, but maybe
Yeah.
in the middle, probably.
What if they get
Yeah.
confused and they accidentally play a Blink 182 song?
I think that would count as other, probably.
All the small things,
Yeah.
they start playing it. Oh, I cashed my bet. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God, I'm a millionaire.
Green Day's like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Green Day's, they get halfway through the song and they're just like, oh fuck, guys.
This isn't one of
This
ours.
isn't our song. What? Oh, we're so stupid. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Green Day's still kind of cool, I guess.
I think Grey Cup as a Canadian education bonus episode would be good because I don't think we've done that, have we?
Well, we've done the CFL.
We've done just the CFL
like
in general, but I think Grey
generally
Cup
speaking.
specifically might be good because there's been some crazy stuff to happen in various Grey Cups, you know?
True. Some of the like Snow Bowl Grey Cups
Well,
and
or
stuff.
the one where the Rough Riders lost because they had the extra man on the field.
Yeah, that was definitely
Yeah,
sick.
which is very funny.
That just happened in the NFL this past week.
With the Broncos winning, right? Against
Yes, the Broncos winning against
like a good
Buffalo.
team. Yeah,
Buffalo.
Well, yeah, Buffalo, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, the kicker missed the kick and they had 12 men on the field.
Yeah.
So then they got to re-kick it. Exactly the same thing that happened to the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. So we used to, my favorite CFL thing that ever happened to me was I used to work at Safeway in White Rock, BC, which is where a lot of the BC Lions lived because they would practice in Surrey. So they were only like 20 minutes away from the practice facility and it's a nice like suburb. And Dave Dickinson at the time was the quarterback of the BC Lions and he always used to shop in our store and he was so concerned that people would bother him while he was shopping as the quarterback of the BC Lions that every single time he came into the store, he was on his phone the entire time he was shopping. And it wasn't like, hey, I'm popping in to grab a couple items. It was like, I am doing the full shop for my family with a buggy. I am in the store for 45 minutes. And this was before AirBuds. So he would be like he would have his phone
like a
on
flip
up to
phone.
his ear,
Yeah.
pushing the buggy with the other hand so no one would
He's
talk
also
over
just
him.
such a-
before the film Airbud.
He's just such like a nondescript looking guy as well, too. Right?
Totally.
Like he's just like this, like I think he was like, was it Montana? I want to say he played college football and he was really good, and he was
maybe.
like good in the CFL, but he's just like
he's a good quarterback, but
just like an average looking. Like he doesn't even if you don't know the CFL, you wouldn't look at this guy and be like, oh, this guy's like a pro athlete. You know?
no, he did go to Montana. That's insane that you know that.
I remember specific because that's when we had season tickets for a couple of years to the Lions,
and he's from Montana as well.
Yeah, and I mean Dickinson was really good. G. Roy Simon, BC Lions legend. But I remember the thing I remember the most about having Lions season tickets was that there were 2 full patch Hell's Angels sitting directly in front of us, which is great because CFL games, especially back in like the mid 2000s, there were a lot of fights happening. But there weren't any fights happening in our section at all, which was great because you get to watch them from a bit further away. But in our section, it was like, no, there's 2 full patch Hell's Angels in the middle of the section. Let's let's take it easy.
Is that like?
I think I'm going to join the Hells Angels.
Oh, we could do that. Yeah.
It'd be sick.
Can you
Yeah.
apply online? Do they have like a form you fill in to sort of?
Yeah, they
I think
must, right?
have
They
to,
must
yeah.
have a website
Well, it's,
now.
Yeah, it's 2023, right?
Yeah, it must be pretty streamlined. I've told the story about playing hockey with the Hells Angels, I'm sure, on the show before.
I don't know if you have.
Are you serious? I must have. This is
Maybe-
like one of my
maybe
best.
on Real
This
Good
is like one
Show,
of my
but-
best stories ever.
Maybe
my
if you
buddy-
did, it was a while ago. But let's hear
my
it.
buddy played for a hockey team, and he was like, hey, and he would tell me, he's like, yeah, there's like quite a few Hells Angels on the team, and I was like, fine, okay. And then one week he's like, hey, you want to like, what am I supposed to say to that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
okay,
cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
This is because like you were joining the team, or
No, he just wanted me to spare. So
Okay.
he was just like, oh, you want to come out and like spare for this team? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, yeah, so these are all like kind of HA guys or whatever. But he's like, but don't worry, they're like chill. It's fine.
they won't murder you.
Yeah, they won't murder. You're on our team, so
Yeah.
they won't kill you. They
Yeah.
might kill the other team, but you're fine. So then I go and it was like you go in the dressing room because I'm probably 22 or 23. Like I'm just a little skinny, nervous wimp. So I'm like I've got my back all up. Like this is gonna be there's gonna be these guys and it's gonna be so crazy. And it was totally normal. Like you just go in the dressing room and it was just like totally normal guys. Like if he didn't
Yeah.
tell me they were HA guys, I would have had no idea until the captain of the team comes late, and he's kind of a little bit of a rougher looking gentleman, and he takes his shirt off in the dressing room, and his back he has a full back tattoo of a Hell's Angel escaping from prison.
No, you have not told us this.
Oh yeah,
I've heard
it was
this
like
before.
he's like I can't. He had some tattoo on his stomach, like a HA tattoo. I think it just said Hell's Angels on his
Yeah,
stomach,
just like
but
a
then
skull
on his
or
back,
whatever. Yeah.
full back piece, and it was just like the tattoo was so you could see like the prison guard, and I think he had kind of like a shocked look on his face. And then the prison door was open and you could see the back of the guy in the prison, and it was a Hell's Angels vest, and he was like holding the keys
That's
in his
such a
hand.
complicated
from
tattoo.
behind. Oh yeah. It was crazy. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. And then and then the game ended, and then obviously, you have beers after
Did you
the
guys
game.
win?
Oh yeah, that was the other funny thing
Were they
too. Is
good?
the other team? Oh yeah, they were good. They were in
Yeah.
the top div.
Yeah.
And the other team had to rent a goalie, which if you're not Canadian, it can be hard to find a goalie to spare for you in hockey. So there is this entire business that's just like owned by a guy, and it's called Rent a Goalie. And you can go online or you can call them, and you pay like $50, and then they give that whatever percentage of that to the goalie,
Yeah.
and the goalie just comes out
Because
and
having
plays for your
pads
team.
and shit is like expensive and like
it's hard. It's just hard to find goalies.
Yeah.
So
because you have to be
yeah,
fucking insane to be a goalie.
exactly. So they had to rent a goalie, and the thing is, when you rent a goalie, like sometimes they're really good, and other times they're really really bad. And this was the top division, and the other goalie was fucking horrible. And I think we won 18-1. Oh
my God.
Like it was crazy. But then you go in the dressing room after the game. And yeah, you go to have some, you have some beers with the guys or whatever. And I guess that guy who was like the captain of the team was sober. So the rule was whoever was bringing the beers had to bring him a Gatorade because he was sober. And then the game ends, and we've won 18-1. Like this is like should be a happy time. Cooler gets opened, the Gatorade is not there, and he is not happy. And the guy who brought the beer was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot your Gatorade." Runs out of the dressing room in full gear still to go to a vending machine to buy this guy a Gatorade, and then comes back with the Gatorade. And it was like, okay, I'm gonna go. See you guys later.
Was that guy's body found the next day, like in a ditch somewhere?
Well, strange enough, like about a year later, the Vancouver Sun did a huge expose on the Hells Angels, and he was a very prominent figure in that article. And I do believe he is dead now, but I'm not 100%
But
positive
natural
on that.
causes, or
Yeah, naturally.
I
he
guess
was
maybe
killed.
maybe Hell's Angels natural causes is a little bit different.
Yeah.
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 Oh my
pretty
God.
wild. So,
That
yeah.
tattoo-
I
I
don't
wish-
think I can get in trouble for talking about this on here. I don't think. I think it's okay, right?
I think it's yeah. Do you think a Hell's
not
Angel
gonna-
is going to kill you for this?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Hey, if any Hell's Angels are listening to this, we think you guys are cool.
Yeah.
That should cover
Best
it.
in the
we're good.
biz.
Yeah. keep up the good work, guys.
So yeah, anyway, that's my big
That's really good.
big hockey story. Have you guys ever played like sports with a freak, like or not a freak, but just like a weird kind of? Like,
I would say like it was like very intimidating as a kid. Was because I played a lot of soccer as a kid, and we were like relatively high level, not like Metro, but like right below that, I think. And like the team that always scared the shit out of us, there was a team from Burnaby, and it was all Serbian guys, and they were all like, we were like 12 years old, and these guys were all like shaving, and they all looked like they were like 20 years old,
like shaving before the game.
Yeah.
They bring like,
and
to intimidate you.
They were so, it was like the games were close, but like they were just so much bigger than us, and it was just like, it was always so scary playing the Serbian team.
You guys might be shocked because you can see what I look like and you hear what my voice sounds like. I'm not a huge sports guy, so I don't have a real story about playing with a psycho, but I will say I do go to a gym, and I consider this to be psychotic behavior. There's always, when I go in, there's like all of the lockers are empty, and I'll put my lock on one locker, and when I come back later, all of the lockers are empty except two people have come in and used the lockers exactly
That's
right beside.
crazy. That's like using a
locker,
urinal
and-
right next to someone when there's a bunch of empty urinals.
And it's always like three guys like changing right beside each other, and I get so mad, and I do say some sarcastic things to the guys. I'm like, "Oh, it's good you use the you use the locker. It's like the only one being used, isn't it?"
Are they old guys? Because that seems like old guy behavior.
Sort of people of all ages.
Okay.
I guess if you're in the gym changing room, you can see how big they are before you decide like whether to be. Hey, thanks so much for putting your lock on the locker right next to mine when there's all this space around here.
Now we get to be awkwardly taking our clothes off right beside each other. It's good.
Well, I had a weird change room thing not that long ago where Becca and I, for our wedding, we were given a gift card to Scandinav Spa in Whistler, which, if you don't know
Did
what
we
that
get you
is.
that? Was that the league who got you
Yeah,
that?
the
it was.
SBBHL
Yeah,
guys gave us a gift card to there. So before we
you're
moved to
welcome.
Calgary.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Stefan. So before we moved to Calgary, we were like, oh, we got to go use this. And we have been before. What it is it's like a Nordic spa. So you do sort of like the cold pool, the cold plunge, hot tub kind of thing. It's in a very idyllic location just outside of Whistler. It overlooks all the mountains. It's like in the middle of the forest. And you have to be completely silent when you're there. And you can get massages and stuff like that. It's really cool. And so we had been a couple times before, and then we went this time. And I remember a few times I would go before, and they have beautiful bathrooms in there as well, obviously. Like, you get changed, you have a shower before you go in, whatever. And there's all these signs in the bathroom that say no shaving. And I'm like, who the fuck is shaving at the Scandinav Spa? Like, who goes to like a day spa and brings their razor? And then I shit you not, this time that we went to the Scandinav Spa, there was a dude in there shaving. And I was like, what is going
Did you
on
not see
in
the
your
sign?
life?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, yeah, there's a million signs. Second of all, why? Why
Yeah.
would you be shaving at the spa?
Shaving in
before you-
public that's fucking crazy. Just shave at home. You don't.
It's
are you in that much of a
crazy.
rush that you? Yeah,
This guy
that's-
sounds like a badass. Was he a Hell's Angel?
He did have a full back tattoo. I think he was sponsored by Gillette, based on the tattoo that he had, it seemed like. But yeah, it like actually blew my mind.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, like, what is a reason you would ever shave in public? Like, you would think this is my only chance.
That's really quite strange. Yeah, I don't.
He was
I
nuts.
saw a
Yeah.
guy. I work in an office during the day right now, and I went into the bathroom on the floor. And
You went to the bathroom on the floor.
No, Stefan, you're twisting my words. There was a guy who was washing his hands, and then in the sink, and then he just like pulled his hands and then started drinking water out of the tap in the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
No.
I was like,
Oh.
surely your office has like a water cooler, or you can get a glass of water.
Dan is almost puking, but I think
It's
it
just
might
'cause of the
just
water,
be.
yeah.
It's just the concept of drinking water. It's not that it's the bathroom sink or anything. So, oh my god, I'm looking forward to because I'm flying tonight, right? And I am looking for like the experience of going into an airport bathroom is always so crazy to me because there's just all types of people in there, right? Like they're.
And Stefan hates that. He prefers when it's all of one type
that's
of
right,
person
John,
in
yeah.
there.
No, but I mean, there's just people who, you'll go in and there are people who are like, well, I have, a long flight coming up or I've just got, there's definitely people shaving in airport bathrooms, brushing their teeth.
That I can understand a little bit. Like
It's
if
still,
you
like-
have,
Yeah.
well, I only would say this because I know I've brought this up before, but I had a high school teacher who by the end of the day would have a beard.
Okay, yeah.
Like he would shave every morning,
Yeah.
and like if you had him last period of the day,
Yeah.
it wasn't a 5 o'clock shadow. He like had a beard.
Yeah.
I remember on parent teacher interview nights, he would have to shave at the school because his beard would be back enough that he would like shave it before parent teacher interviews.
Yeah.
So like I can sort of see that you're flying for like a business meeting. And maybe you have a freakish beard growing thing or whatever. I'm not saying I love it. I'm just saying the airport sort of makes sense in a
Sure.
way that the Scandinav spa does not make sense.
Right. Yeah.
I've brushed my teeth in airports. I've, done my, combed my hair. I've taken a lot of dumps at Gatwick Airport this year because my girlfriend lives in London, so I'm always flying into Gatwick. And
Right.
shout out to the toilets in Gatwick. They've served me well.
Are they nice? Or are they just kind of like they get the job done?
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
Well, because Gatwick's like the shit airport, right?
Real,
it's like
real
Heathrow's the nice
blue-collar,
one and
lunch
Gatwick
pail.
sucks.
Yeah.
The Heathrow toilets are impeccable. They're the best in the world. Gatwick ones not so much, but they
I would say
serve a
YVR,
purpose.
Vancouver Airport's bathrooms, not bad. I think
Pretty good.
overall, like
Okay.
we're pretty spoiled. The Vancouver Airport is a nice airport, I would say.
I agree.
I'm
Is it
flying
newish?
into it's
no, but they're just like updating it all the time.
Yeah,
and
they
it frequently
redid,
wins airport like best airport awards.
it
and
is
stuff.
an airport where I kind of take it for granted, but when you fly into it and you're going through customs or whatever, it's very nice because you're going down this escalator. There's like a waterfall. There's all these like statues, and
native
it-
sculptures.
It's really it is quite nice. They have the big aquarium in the international section, so I should see that tonight, I think, which is I'm looking forward to. But I am excited to go maybe see what the Sydney airport is like. I imagine that's probably quite a nice airport too. So
I guess we'll see. You'll have to
We'll
report
find out.
back.
Yeah,
Stefan.
it's a 16-hour flight.
I was going to say, are you a little nervous about this? What's your game plan for the long flight?
I'm going to try to get some sort of like sleeping medicine. I just don't know. I never take sleeping pills on flights, and I don't know what to take. So I'm trying to figure that out. I leave tonight, like late tonight. It's like a red eye. And
Take Ambien, right? Isn't that the thing that people take?
isn't that the one that makes you go fucking crazy though?
Yeah,
too?
exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
okay.
I want you to go viral crazy.
See,
on this
like
plane.
I've seen like a demon on the plane, and I'm like,
I've
pointing
almost
back
never
At
seen you get legitimately angry. So I'd like
Yeah.
to see you just kind of lose your mind a little
no,
bit on this
because
flight.
the problem for me is I do have trouble sleeping on planes, but I think because it's just such a long flight, it'll just happen, and I'm leaving at at night. But also, I'm gonna be bringing my Steam Deck and my Switch and a book. So like I've got like don't say what the fuck to that,
Steam
Dan.
Deck and my Switch.
Well, yeah, because then I can
Just
play.
bring one.
No, but I don't have like Zelda and like Mario on. Like I don't have. Come
Well,
on,
you
Dan.
can put it on the Switch.
I know,
Or
but I
put
don't
it
have.
on
The, I don't.
Steam Deck.
I don't have the Switch emulator on the Steam Deck. I mean, maybe I
that's-
should.
Are you allowed
Yeah.
to bring a book to Australia?
I know. I think they'll take it at customs, but I can have it on the plane. I'm pretty sure.
What's this here?
What's this?
Oh boy, yeah. But we get in like early in the morning, and luckily,
but like on Tuesday, right?
on Tuesday morning Australia time. Luckily, and we're staying with friend of the show Libby Watson, and she gets in like
Who?
3. You know Libby.
No,
Come
I
on.
don't recall.
Okay.
Libby?
Anyway, they get in like 3 hours early, and the Airbnb host has very kindly allowed us to like check in like right away instead of at like 3 p.m. So that's good. We can go drop all our stuff off there. But I'm just gonna be like when I went to Taiwan, that was like 11 hours, and that was insane, right? And we did the thing where we got in the morning and just like stayed up the whole day to kind of adjust a bit more. And this is just gonna be I don't know. We get in at like 9.
You're
going to
be in hell.
It's going to
And
be
when is the
fucking
wedding?
insane.
Is it like 4 days after?
The wedding
like on
is
the
on the
Saturday?
Saturday, so that should be enough time, I think. But we'll see. It's going to be, yeah.
Well, thank God if you're going to a wedding, you brought both your Switch and your Steam Deck.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And get you through that long
thing,
ceremony.
The other thing we realized is that Peep This Out will be doing his Friday night live stream during their wedding. So I'm going to have that on the phone, I think, and kind of update them on what's happening. So
Jesus Christ.
they
Speaking
know.
of
They already know.
updates,
I'm giving a speech at the wedding too. So
You are?
yeah.
Oh my God. So they really just aren't taking this wedding seriously at all.
No, I think they don't realize the mistakes that they've. Yeah. I think I'll do a pretty good job.
I mean, I guess so. I just like who
It's a
cares about you?
3-minute time limit on speeches.
Oh,
so,
3 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
which is good because
That's fantastic.
I've definitely. Have you guys ever been to a wedding where like there's
Oh, yeah.
clearly someone who like didn't even write their speech and they're just like, I'm just gonna wing it up
yeah.
there. I went to one where
Yes.
one of the parents. I shit you not. It was like 30 minutes of just off the cuff like riffing, and it was like so insane.
Well, I know I know I've talked about this before, so I'll keep it brief. But I did go to a wedding where I was the MC at one of my good friends' weddings, and he said to everybody, the speeches are 3-minute cap.
Yeah.
And he
So
specifically
more like no cap in this case.
Well, definitely. He specifically said, John, you got to rein in my mom. Like, you got to make sure, like, the 3 minutes, she's sticking to the 3 minutes. And I'm like, buddy, I'm not going to, do
Tackle
that.
his
And-
mom.
Yeah. And he's like, no, because my mom, she's going to go off. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll just see. And she was like a single mom that raised him. So she's like talking about this and crying, and everybody's crying. She's getting to like 7 minutes. My buddy is crying while also looking at me, giving the like throat slash motion. Like, dude, cut her off. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get up there and cut off your mom. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think she went like 11. She went like a full 11, and it was notable. The thing is, it becomes notable when there is a clear time limit because everybody else was like 3. Bang, 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 bang. And then his mom was like, I'm going.
That
deep."
was exactly it at this one as well. Everyone else staying under the 5-minute time limit or whatever it was, and then the one guy just going fucking crazy. Oh, and just to the point
Wild.
where everyone at the wedding is like looking at each other, like, or on their phone, or it was just like so bad.
Anyway, speaking of looking at our phones, let's move on to our social media updates.
That was good. That
What
was
a
all
fucking good
time.
segue. Now let's move on. It's time to discuss what popped up in your feed. Who are you following? What did you see? Sports or politics, tweets and skis, hot takes on the TL or fast food freaks. It's our social media update.
Michael, we always like to start with the guest. What is going on your social media?
Well, it's been quiet lately. I don't know about you guys because Twitter seems X is like almost like an abandoned, like a ghost town these days with only just some neo-Nazis on there and crypto guys. But I recently had a small viral tweet. I just sent it in the chat there about Benny Hill that really took me by surprise. And I'm a member of a Benny Hill Facebook page called like Benny Hill TV Classics or something, and it's just people post clips of Benny Hill sketches, and all these people from England go like, "This was back in the days when you could say jokes without the PC brigade, breathing down your neck, and like this is before immigration ruined TV or something like that." Anyway,
Oh my god.
there's people celebrating Benny Hill and also taking time to be racist.
Yeah.
But this was a post that caught my eye, and it has 2 pictures of Benny Hill. One, he's in bed asleep. One, he's wide awake. And it says, "Did you know legendary comedian Benny Hill would fall asleep on set while filming scenes in a bedroom, but like many of us, would struggle to fall asleep at night when it mattered."
Just like barely qualifies as a fact.
And also, how do you even know that?
Yeah.
What is is this like Benny Hill lore that he like had insomnia or something like that?
Yeah. I did like Benny Hill as a kid, and I do like monitoring this Benny Hill page because it's insane. But also, in my personal life, where my girlfriend lives, is like 1 hour. I realized from Benny Hill's grave, and every time I'm over, I'm like, this time you have to take me to see Benny Hill's grave, and she always refuses, and it's becoming a bit of a sore spot in our relationship.
Oh, a bit of a bugaboo.
Wow.
Yes,
Well,
something's got to give.
I think we should. I think what we can do, because we often will try to help people on the show, like if they're blocked by someone they respect, or we'll try to help them get unblocked. I think we'll just have to get Suze on the show, and we will just pressure. We'll just pressure her to take you to Benny Hill's grave.
Help Michael dig up Benny Hill's grave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would love it. Yes, I would love for you 2 and 3 even to give her a stern talking to.
We can do that.
Tell
for
Suze
sure.
what's what.
Yeah.
Does she?
But it'd be fun.
Does she like? What's her issue? Like, does she just really not want to go, or what is the like? Why do you think there's such a block here?
I think the way she puts it, it's a hassle to go an hour and a bit just to see a cemetery, probably on like a day where it's raining or something, when we have other stuff to do. But I think it's really important, and our entire relationship is hinging on this. I want to have a picnic, have my picture taken on his grave. I want to have a moment alone.
Yeah,
and I have threatened.
You want to like
sort of
run around really fast, like where it's like fast
Yes.
forwarded, and yeah.
I'll have her chase me around.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a bikini.
Yeah. Maybe zombie
But I have
Benny
threatened-
Hill chasing after you as well at
Yeah.
one point, like, yeah.
Apparently he died like he was, even though he was like a very rich man, he never owned a house. He just rented apartments, and he had like a phobia with money. Like, so they found him dead with a bunch of uncashed checks worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff. And he sort of just was very, very frugal, and like would like walk places instead of like taking a bus or a taxi and stuff, and just like lived like a weirdo, a big weirdo.
That doesn't sound like a comedian from like the 70s. To be
yeah.
like,
What the hell?
completely
I
insane.
like the. That's the next like Benny Hill TV post where it's like when Benny Hill would have to cash a check on the show, he would do it no problem. But in his real life, they discovered him asleep with a bunch of uncashed checks around him.
Uh,
Have you seen the picture of Benny Hill with Michael Jackson? Because Michael Jackson was a big fan.
no, I would really
No.
like to see this picture though.
Yeah, me too.
Hold on, I'll put it here in the thing.
Is it Michael
They
Jackson
met at one
dangling Benny Hill off a balcony?
Yeah.
Oh my
They got
gosh.
together.
Oh wow, some of these pictures are really special. Like the
They're
one
like,
where
wow.
Benny
Who's
Hill's got
later,
the
Michael?
crossed
You or
arms
me?
and Michael Jackson is saluting.
I love that. That's great. That's really good.
Wow, this rocks.
Wow.
Shout out Benny Hill.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow,
Both
I am
dead.
kind of seeing now these pictures of Benny Hill with these sort of bikini clad ladies like you were sort of talking about,
Yeah.
Mike, and I'm
Yes.
I'm going to need a little break from recording.
To jack off.
Wait, have
to-
you never seen
Uh-huh.
Benny Hill, John?
No, I haven't really seen much Benny Hill. My grandpa was a huge fan. My grandpa was a big time Benny Hill fan, but I never really got around to watching any of his work, really. I've seen, like, obviously I know his kind of general comedic style, and I've seen clips, but I've never actually like sat down and watched some Benny Hill.
I mean, you got to sit down. You got to focus. You have to make an evening of it. See him chasing. Who was it? He was I think by all accounts, he was a gay man who his entire comedic persona was that he was a perverted, like peeping Tom straight guy who
Yeah.
annoyed and harassed women, and they chased him around in like silent comedies that were very popular in the 70s for some reason. Very
I think
strange.
that's a yeah, and there are, to be clear, there are much worse things, 1970s British comedians.
Yes.
We don't have to. Yeah. Anyway,
Tell us more, Stefan.
No, I'll do my social media.
Is that
update
your
now,
social
John.
media update, Stefan?
No, my social media update
Is
is
your
that-
social media update about how you missed recording on Friday?
Well, I did miss recording on Friday, but I
Stefan, where
I'm
were
sorry.
you, please? Where
I w-
were you, please, that you missed recording?
I went to the card show because
You did. You
knew
You
I-
went to a trading card show
Yes,
and missed recording
because
to be
I
at a
bought
card
tickets
show.
for it like a month ago, and then it just Anyway, I apologize,
What was that? Did you
Michael.
buy any cards at the card show?
No, I submitted a bunch of cards to PSA, to be graded because you could do it in
Ah,
person.
here's
there,
a little
so.
PSA. Don't miss recording.
Well, look, that's the first one I've ever missed. I feel bad about it.
no, it is the first one you've ever
Yeah.
missed. It's
Very
I felt
apologetic.
I
like
was in
could,
tears.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Michael, it was honestly, I wasn't going to bring it up, but Michael reacted very violently to
Yeah, it took it all
you
out on
missing
me,
the recording.
so
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I punched
yeah.
the wall.
Yeah, I'm
Broke
sorry.
my hand.
I'm sorry. My social media update is that I deleted my Twitter account because
Congratulations.
Twitter is
RIP.
like really bad. Well, the thing is, I'll have to like reactivate it every like month or so that it doesn't get like taken because you have like 30 days to like. It's really stupid, but I just don't want some psycho to take it or whatever. So I'll have to like re-log in every 30 days or so or whatever, and then deactivate it again, which is really annoying. But yeah, it's just like I wasn't posting on there, and the website is really bad, like really, really bad now. So it was kind of just.
Did
like,
you ever get over the past few months? Did you get like? Were you one of those big accounts that got like shadow banned or anything?
I feel like anyone who isn't paying for the blue check mark is to some extent getting shadow banned, probably. But I didn't notice because, like I said, I just wasn't posting anymore anyway. But I think it wasn't even. It's not even shadow banned necessarily. It's just that there's no one using the website anymore. So there's just you are just getting less likes and retweets because the people who would normally do that just aren't on there anymore, right? Like I know so many people who, if they haven't deleted their account, they've like deleted Twitter off their phone and they're just like not using it anymore, right? So it's the end of an era, but man, I can't believe how fucking bad he made the website. You know, it's really crazy. It's been just over a year, right? And like, it's like unusable now. It's insane. John still uses it every day though. So
Yeah, I'm one of the few sort of like it's kind of better around here. You know what I mean? I'm sort of like
yeah.
didn't like it before when it was full of sort of fun, off the wall jokes, people promoting their projects successfully.
I mean, the only thing it's really
you
useful
know.
for now is sports stuff, and even then, it's like not as much anymore.
Well, it's tough right now because to get to the sports stuff, you need to see 10 of the most horrific images you've ever seen in your life.
Any trending
to
topic.
figure out that the Leafs have demoted Ryan Reeves from the starting lineup and called up Bobby McMahon. So it gets a little tough.
Yeah, I'm just sticking with like the Vancouver Canucks like subreddit now because they'll just post the news directly.
And
in
that's
there.
healthy. And
It's
that's
I mean,
healthy
it's
over
better
there.
than Twitter, but
Which is
yeah.
crazy. That's crazy that
it's
you
like-
could buy a website and make it worse than Reddit.
Yeah, substantially worse than Reddit. I would say.
Substantially worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reddit is still usable, right? You know, it's
definitely.
yeah.
It's
anyway.
just the thing that drives me nuts about Twitter too is like someone could buy it and just change it immediately and it would be good. It would be good again within like a month.
There's one thing that could fix it in 1 second, and I can't say what it is on here because you'll get mad at me. But I think you agree with what it is, and I'm sure everyone.
Why
here,
would I get mad
Talking
at
about
you?
Elon Musk killing himself.
Yeah, or something. Maybe something bad happening to him because someone else did something, so to speak.
Oh, so
right?
you're saying someone should shoot him.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
Why would I get mad about that?
I just thought maybe you would get mad about that because Jesse gets
Why?
mad when I say stuff like that on the stream where I'm like, oh, someone should kill this guy, you know. But
Yeah, but Jesse has kids.
that's true, I guess. Yeah.
So that's like the whole thing, you know. He just sees it through the prism
I
of
think
his
you're right. I think you're right.
kids'
But yeah,
eyes.
I mean,
I'm
that
childless, baby. I don't give a shit.
that is really what would. I mean, I don't even know. But the problem is, I don't think there would be this mass return of people to the website. I think it's just like it's so fucked now, right? Like even if he
I
was
disagree.
to sell it,
I think
but-
there would be a mass return.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
would. I guess I would. I would wait it out and see what it was like after the first like,
sure.
month or so. But if
But he's never going to sell it because if
No,
he
'cause he
sold it
can't
now,
admit-
it would be at like a 50% loss at
Yeah.
least, maybe more.
I think the thing that is, I think what we have to hope for is that the Saudi investors get really mad, you know,
Mhm.
and sort of, they just do, they just sort of,
Just kind of do what they do.
do what they do.
Do
your
you know?
thing, baby.
Yeah, get it done. You know what you have to do. Yeah.
You know what you got to do,
Yeah.
baby.
Anyway, what a bad website. It's I didn't want to, but it
John,
was
I'm
just
about
like
to
I
edit
don't.
all that out. Yeah.
You can maybe the shooting part where you specific, but some of that stuff I think is fine.
All right.
Anyway,
I mean,
whatever.
Who cares?
It also
really,
might
at this
happen
point?
between then and
Who
this
even
episode
gives
coming
a
out,
shit?
so. Anyway,
at this point.
John,
You
what's
know what I
going
mean?
on your social media?
Well, I did see a funny tweet this week.
Okay.
Sometimes, this is the thing. This is why it's hard to leave, because sometimes there is just like a magical tweet, where it's just like a fun little. It's just a fun little thing. This was, I laughed out loud at this for a solid minute, it was really good. So there's an account called the Dua Lipa Gallery at Gallery of DL.
Okay.
And it's just a picture of Dua Lipa. It looks like she's at a gala or something. She's wearing a nice dress.
Okay.
And the Dua Lipa Gallery account wrote, "Just Dua Lipa." That's it.
All right.
And then Most Deaf at Snooze Active quote tweeted that and wrote, "Italian PE teacher explaining long jump."
Okay. Can we see the picture?
I saw that.
Just Dua Lipa.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, we can see the picture for
but
the people
see
who are
the
watching
picture
on
also.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to get horned up to Dua Lipa, Stefan. You want to see the pic.
it's a great picture. It is. That is also quite funny. That's
Just Dua Lipa, baby.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. It popped across the timeline. I laughed a lot. Very stupid tweet, but very funny.
That's good. Yeah.
Just
Very nice.
I know Dan
This was
loved it
also
in
the
particular
week
because this is how Dan talks.
Fuck you, John. I really am going to kick your ass next time I see you.
Michael, are you Italian as well? Balazo, that's got to be Italian.
It sounds Italian. My whole life I've been accused of being Italian, but it's actually it was a Hungarian name. My
okay.
grandfather's last name was Balazs, Balazz or ZS, and then when he came on his fateful journey to Canada, when they wrote down his name, they added an O to it, so everyone's always thought we're Italian.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because it definitely Balazzo. He's a Michael Balazzo. People are hoping I would do an Italian
Of course.
impression.
Yeah.
So there I did it.
Just wait, motherfucker.
Dan, you can't. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything.
You're lucky you live in Calgary.
You guys
bitch.
see?
Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. Now he's going to threaten. Right? Just like that.
All right, I'm going to have to edit
Oh,
that
yeah,
out.
right. You don't say your last name. Anyway, it doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Whatever. It's out there.
I will say it would be sick if your name was Daniele.
Yeah.
That's
I like that a
that's
lot.
a very badass first name in my
Well,
opinion.
it is then. That's my name now.
Okay,
Cool.
sick.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of new names, I don't know what that means. Let's move on to our block tale.
What did you tweet? You brought receipts, Blocktail. Woo! No longer can see the post. It's a Blocktail. Woo! You probably deserved it. It's a Blocktail.
Michael, the floor is yours.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me here today. So my blocked tale.
You're welcome.
It's sort of like I blocked someone by association and in the name of love. So the disgraced Irish comedy writer Graham Linehan, who has basically for the past few years spent like 24 hours a day like just tweeting hate, is extremely transphobic. He the past summer that just went by, spent like 5 days attacking my girlfriend, Suze Kempner,
Oh my God.
who's very like pro-trans rights and will tweet about that and like argue with transphobes on Twitter and stuff. And
And there's a lot
Graham
of those in
Linehan-
England, is my understanding.
the whole goddamn island is full of them. It's really insane. They're
Yeah.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It's truly demented. And he caught wind of her doing this and started attacking her and like sicked his weird fans on her. And I had known he was like demented, but I had sort of ignored him, but then I blocked him. But she got a lot of abuse from him. And I'm realizing now as I'm saying this isn't necessarily a funny story.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Often they're kind of dark, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Although often it's like when we have femme guests on the show, generally then it tends to be a little more like that's when it tends to get dark, because like guys will come on the show and just be like yeah, you know, I told Kinkos to suck my cock and then they blocked me, you know. And then women and femmes come on the show and they're like, oh, I've had a very tough last year. I've been stalked by this weirdo in the comedy community. And you're like, oh, okay, well, that's much less fun.
It's true. Yeah, we don't get the worst of it. She gets a lot of awful abuse, and he was being really crazy. He called her a Vichy feminist, which is his way of saying that she's like a traitor to womankind.
Yeah.
In some demented way, but also she is a Jewish woman, and so to call someone a Vichy anything is such a loaded, insane thing to do. To say that you're a collaborator with the Nazis, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not good.
No.
it's not great.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What do we know? Like what? How did he get like pilled in this? Because he was very respected, wasn't he? Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah,
like he was
beloved.
He had it made in the shade. He get like a show probably made just by pitching it. He
did
was,
Father
like, super
Ted. He
respected.
did the bookstore one.
Black Books
Yeah.
and the IT Crowd.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, but
And
I mean,
that sketch show called Big Train, like all stuff that was like.
yeah, I don't know
very
what
funny. I think
specifically
he
it was, but it was. I think it's just it wasn't just it was just England. It just happened to
It was
all the islands over there, and you know UK and.
They're all, yeah. I can say though, I think it is specifically. There was an episode of the IT Crowd that had a plot involving someone going on a date and not knowing the date was like a trans woman,
Right.
and it's in retrospect, it's like not great the way they handled it. And I think Matt Berry was in it, and he has since said like, I apologize for this. I don't stand by this kind of by this episode.
Yeah.
But I think Graham Linehan doubled down and was like, no.
Right.
I will never apologize. And he just kept doubling down further and further and further to the point that he ruined his life. Like he ruined his marriage. His wife left him. I think he's estranged from his kids, and his career is toast. And he like complains all day that he's like running out of money. The Father Ted musical was canceled because he's considered too toxic. And now he just does these weird right-wing comedy shows.
Oh.
He showed up in Edinburgh. I was there for the festival for a bit, and he was supposed to do a show, but the venue found out he was on the bill, and they canceled the show at the last minute. And so what he did is he stood on a box in front of like the Scottish Parliament buildings and did a comedy set, which was basically him crying.
Oh. It is really rough. I mean, yeah. So do you blocked him kind of out of solidarity, or
Blocked him out of solidarity, which seems like the most like, I don't know. There's nothing really you can do. It's like the least, like it doesn't do anything, but I just don't want to see
something.
that guy.
You just don't want to see those posts. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Oh, wow. I feel like this is maybe the first time we've talked about him on the show, or I don't know.
I think it is,
which is surprising because I think a lot of people are blocked or have blocked him. But I'm
looking at his Twitter right now.
It's not good. I wouldn't even read anything off there, to be honest, because it's going to just be a lot of really bad stuff. But yeah,
it is
it's just a nonstop stream. Like he's obsessed.
Yeah,
with this one issue that I bet doesn't even affect his daily life.
No. It's really
in any way, shape, or form.
Well, that's the
crazy.
thing, right? That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like it just simply does not affect your life.
Just
like,
how does it affect you? It's just not. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, this is really.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it's not good. But hey, Michael, are you on Blue Sky?
I have an invite, but I haven't.
You should get on there. It's nice. I'm enjoying it over there because there aren't a lot of people like that over there. So it's nice. It's a bit quieter, but it's a good time. Yeah,
it is like.
Sorry, Michael, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say like I should join Blue Sky, but also Graham Linehan is like people like John Cleese or like different male comedians as they age. Some switch goes off in their head sometimes, and they just go absolutely insane. And that's like the fear of like, I'm like, thank God, hope that doesn't ever happen. And sometimes you see it happen to a friend and you're like, they're lost now.
Yeah, it's like puberty for a comedian, sort of, but with bad opinions instead of like your body.
Well, I
training.
think I think a weird part of it for comics is that it's like many comedians sort of live in this state of like arrested development where, you know, a lot of them just kind of start comedy really young and they don't necessarily ever have like, I guess, a quote unquote regular job where they have to, you know, learn about getting along with other people, or, you know, they exist in this weird space. And then I think what happens is, weirdly enough, this is where they decide to start engaging with the world. Is like they haven't engaged with the world for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And then they start seeing this stuff fed to them online. And then they're like, oh, I am like a smart individual citizen who is engaging with the world in a productive way. But in their mind, the productive way is, like being anti-trans or having weird opinions about, geopolitics or whatever it happens to be. But I think part of it is that like, no, I'm actually smart and I have like lots to say. And that's also sort of egged on by this idea that like comedians have to be these glorified truth tellers and we're the only people whose opinion matters. And it's like, well, if I'm the only person whose opinion matters, I guess I should start having an opinion.
Yeah.
And then usually the opinion is not very nice.
Ugh.
Okay, well, we've got a good listener block this week as well. This one comes in from Andrew, and this is, I think, a nice counterpoint to the Graham one, sort of a throwback, if you will. This is from 2013, Andrew's block. Andrew says, in 2013, I was a junior in high school that, like many others, liked to fuck around on Twitter. I had this brilliant idea based on something I had seen to tweet that I won the lottery and was giving away $1,000 to everyone that retweeted the tweet, which showed a screenshot of a PayPal account with a $33 million balance edited with the good old inspect element, of course. It blew up bigger than I ever could have imagined, peaking at 188,000 retweets.
That's a lot for 2013.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Being the little shit I was, I continued tweeting fake screenshots showing outgoing transfers saying I was, quote, in the process of paying people, meanwhile putting hidden messages in the images such as, you're all sheep. I guess scammers made fake accounts of my profile and conned people out of money because at least one article appeared online saying I was a scam artist, which is sadly not true. Anyway, I'm sure I was blocked and muted many times along the way, but I really just wanted to share my classic OG Twitter story. They were a simpler, better time. Best, Andrew.
That's very good. Because you know what's funny now is that that's all Twitter is now, is scams.
Yes, exactly. But join
not
my
as
porn
jokes, just
website,
like-
join my crypto.
Yeah.
It's all scam shit.
Oh, God.
So we miss the old days of the sort of chain letter nature of Twitter. If you want to send in a listener block, you can do so at blockedparty.com, or you can fill out the form on our website. If you want to donate to the show, it's patreon.com/blockparty. $5 a month gets you access to 3 bonus episodes every single month. Last week, our good friend Adam Christie joined us for a Cull in the Herd episode where I talked about one of my blocks over on my curling Twitter. So that's always a fun time. And next week coming up, we've got our good friend and fan favorite guest, Charlie Demers, is joining us for a mailbag episode. You won't want to miss that. So head on over to the Patreon. We also have ad-free episodes. If you're sick of listening to the ads at the start of the episodes, we've got that, an exclusive Discord, merch discounts, all that good stuff. So you can check that out over on our Patreon. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BlockPartyPod. You can follow us on Blue Sky and TikTok. On Blue Sky at Block Party, on TikTok at Block Party Pod. And if you want to see the video of this episode, you can head on over to our YouTube, which is also just at Block Party. And if you like the show, please tell a friend. Michael, we are here at the end of the show. That means it's time for the top 3.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Uno, 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 uno.
Mustard.
3.
Socks. 2. Girlfriends.
Uno, 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 uno.
Michael, what do you have for us, please?
Top 3. So this past week was Martin Scorsese's 81st birthday. I don't know if you saw any of the tweets or posts about this. People were celebrating Marty's birthday. And so I was thinking, in honor of him, of one of our greatest living filmmakers, I think we should talk about our top 3 Scorsese or MCU movies.
Love that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Michael, you want to kick us off with your number 3, please?
I'm going to say number 3 is King of Comedy. Great performance from De Niro as Rupert Pupkin. It's a great film. Jerry Lewis, very funny, and Sandra Bernhard as well. Great freaky movie.
That's a great choice. I'm really excited for John's here because I don't think he hasn't seen many Scorsese movies, and he also hasn't seen very many Marvel movies either. So
I've seen less Marvel movies than I've seen Scorsese.
that's what I was gonna
movies.
say. I feel like I think that's the case. I'm gonna go with one that I watched recently for the first time, and it's kind of stuck with me, and I really really enjoyed it. But The Color of Money.
Great movie.
The pool hustling movie.
Love
Paul
it.
Newman, Tom Cruise, a young Forrest Whitaker, John Turturro's in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Great cast.
I should watch that again. When I was really into pool as a kid, I think my dad told me to watch it.
Wow,
so
hell
I
yeah.
watched it a few times.
It's a
and so
great
I've
fucking movie.
Seen it when I was a teenager.
It is
and,
just-
I should watch it again.
I mean, and also just like Paul Newman is just the best. Just like the
Yeah,
most
he's so
handsome man
cool.
alive
Amazing.
to ever live.
so cool and
basically.
hot.
Yeah.
And
but
you both have seen like The Hustler, because like that was like The Color
was
of Money was like
the
sequel to The
It was
Hustler.
like a
Sequel,
sequel
yeah.
like
40 years later.
25 years later or whatever.
Yeah, I never watched
Yeah.
The Hustler. I was
Yeah.
like, it was 1960s.
it's amazing.
I'm not watching
Yeah.
it. I'm sure it's great too. Yeah.
Yeah, Color of Money. Great
Because
movie.
the actual Minnesota Fats is in it, right? In The Hustler, is it the actual Minnesota Fats or it's someone who just plays him?
I don't know.
I think
actually.
it's Jackie Gleason.
Oh,
who
Jackie
plays him.
Gleason. Yes, right. It's not Scorsese though. It's
no,
a different,
it's someone. It was
yeah.
someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
John?
Okay, my number 3 is Blue Bumble. What's the new Marvel one
That's
that came out? I'm trying to do a
DC.
bit
That's
here and I
not
can't
even Marvel. That's
Oh,
DC.
okay, well,
You
bad bit
stupid
then.
motherfucker.
What's it called? What's the thing called? Blue
It's Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, Blue Bumble. Blue Bumble is what happens when I'm scrolling trying to find a wife. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, the bit failed.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's
Let me
fine.
try. Okay, can I do another bit? Can we
Please,
reset the
please
bit?
try another bit.
Okay, my number 3 Martin Scorsese movie is Up.
Oh,
Because the guy in Up looks like Martin Scorsese.
yeah, I can
right?
sort of see that. Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's kind of sort of based on his
We'll
life
give you
story,
that
I think.
Disney and Marvel, So yeah.
Yeah, it's all kind of
It's
related.
all the same shit. Yeah. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
my number 3 Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah. Which ones?
is-
I'm shocked you've seen The Color of Money, so I'm interested to see what else you've seen.
Yeah, I'm just really trying to think of it now. Fuck. I got to look up a list here of what
Okay.
his movies are.
You've seen Casino. You've told me. That.
I have seen Casino.
Yeah.
Okay, that's him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even know what he
Oh
directed.
my god.
Okay, let me look here.
Casino's great.
Okay,
I like
I've
Casino.
seen one. Oh, he did Goodfellas also, which I watched.
Yeah. What? Okay.
But I
anyway.
didn't like Goodfellas.
Okay. I just name something.
Scorsese
Okay.
did Goodfellas.
Yeah, I know that. I'm looking at
People
his
are gonna be
filmography
so
now.
mad at this.
He
Oh
did
my-
Goodfellas and Casino.
Yes. What?
Oh,
Famously.
but
what?
Casino's like way better though.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna do number 3. Okay, I know what I want my number 1 to, but I don't even like the number 3 one. That I would say probably.
It's okay. You can also do a
No,
Marvel
okay,
movie.
okay,
remember.
okay.
You've probably seen the
okay.
Avengers, right?
Okay. No, I haven't seen the Avengers.
Okay.
The only Marvel movies I've seen is the original Spider-Man 1 to 3.
Oh,
Those are the
wow.
only
Okay.
Marvel movies I've ever
And
seen.
that's not even MCU. I mean, I guess it kind of is now because
Technically
it's sort
not.
of been roped. Yeah. But yeah. Okay.
Number 3, I will say, and I didn't even like it that much, but I'll go number 3, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's a good choice.
film.
It's a good movie.
It's not great. I wouldn't say it's great. It's okay. It's okay, but the scene where he says, "I'm never fucking leaving," is awesome.
Okay.
So-
So you sort of think you like sided with Leo's character.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
like, this guy rules.
This guy's really cool.
This
yeah.
guy's cool as shit, you
Yeah.
know. Because I also famously have a big boat,
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
and I do a lot of lewds.
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah.
call quaaludes.
I mean, that scene is incredible. Also.
yeah,
So.
it's like I thought Wolf of Wall Street was okay. Too long.
Okay.
Some scenes probably didn't matter that much, but
Okay.
it was fine.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway, Michael, you're
Michael,
number 2.
number 2.
My number 2 of my top 3 Scorsese or MCU films would be, I just learned he directed it, Goodfellas, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, Lorraine Bracco. a classic, one of the best gangster films.
Did
but
you
also-
actually just learn that he directed it? No, you didn't.
There's no.
No.
You're
no,
smart.
No.
Have you seen all of his movies, Michael?
No, I haven't seen like The Aviator. I haven't seen After Hours, and I haven't seen
After Hours is really cool.
Gangs of New York. I need to see
Gangs of New
After
York
Hours.
is very good too. After
Have you
Hours,
seen
I watched
Boxcar
recently.
Bertha?
I haven't seen.
Was that
Boxcar
his
Bertha.
first one, or
That's
yeah.
his second
oh, no,
one.
Who's that knocking
American
at my door?
romantic crime
Yeah.
drama. Yeah. Who's that knocking on my door? Number 1. Boxcar Bertha. Number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Goodfellas. You can't go wrong with that. My number
You
2.
can though,
Okay.
in a very real way. You can go wrong with it by watching it.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm just
Number
kidding.
2 for
It
me.
wasn't that bad.
Recency bias, maybe, but Killers of the Flower Moon is fucking incredible. It's so good. Holy shit. Now that's another quite long movie. It's like 3.5 hours long.
Too long.
But
Too long. No movie
the
needs to be that
pacing is
long.
really good. It does not feel like it's 3.5 hours.
I guarantee you, if
Does
I'm
not.
sitting there, it will feel like 3.5
John,
hours.
it's
to me.
incredible. It's one of the best movies. It's really fucking good, and like it really sits with you after as well. And it's just perfectly made. It's very depressing also, but really good.
Susan and I saw it in London, and because England has trouble with heating and plumbing, we saw it in the most freezing cold movie theater I've ever been in my life for 4 hours, including the trailers. And it was like you could see your breath in the goddamn movie theater. Sort it out, England. Turn on the heat.
We saw it in a casino movie theater because we were in Vegas for TwitchCon. And there was like no one else in the theater. It was like a 200-seater theater. There were like 3 other people in there. And it was also quite cold because they had like air conditioning on. So we're freezing cold the entire time too. But it was an interesting experience because you get out at like 1:30 in the morning and then you're walking through this horrifying casino after this movie that sort of like rails against like capitalism and just like America as a whole. And then you're walking through this casino after. So that felt weird. But it's a really good movie. And that's my number 2. John?
Speaking of turning up the heat, my number 2 Martin Scorsese movie is Heat.
Oh my God.
Absolutely thought it was great. No, I'm just kidding. First of all, I know that's directed by Michael Mann. And second
Heat does
of all,
rock. It is a great
I
movie.
have never seen it.
Oh, what? Okay, you should watch Heat. Heat is really good.
No, I won't. Okay, my number 2 Martin
Do you
Scorsese.
not like movies?
He
slash,
doesn't.
no,
He does not.
My number 2 Martin Scorsese / MCU movie is Casino.
Okay.
I will say Casino.
Casino's great.
I think it's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I just like Casinos better than I like New Jersey,
Sure.
which is why I think Casinos is better than
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Casino also has some like really brutal scenes in it too.
It does, and I don't watch those
The
parts.
head in the vice is really bad. Obviously, Joe Pesci at the end getting beaten
the
to death with a
hammering
bunch
of the
baseball bats.
Yeah, it's
Is
not
no
good,
good.
but I haven't seen it in quite a while, but I did like it when I saw it. And to be fair, I would have had The Color of Money on my list, but you already had it, so I'll just say
You can have it.
that's
on there.
fine.
It's okay.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll switch it up.
Yeah.
It was honestly very close for me between Casino and Spider-Man 2. But I thought,
No, that's fine, yeah.
just to go Casino.
I'll say this about Casino as well, and it's you don't want to give this guy credit, but James Woods as like a greasy pimp is so good in it. He's like incredible.
He's very good.
But obviously he's like such a huge psycho piece of shit.
Yeah,
But
Greasy
he plays
Pimp was also my stage name when I experimented with rap in high school.
Oh my God.
The
Okay.
Greasy Pimp.
So that's your number 2.
That's my number
Michael,
2. Michael, your
one.
number 1.
My number 1 of my top 3 Scorsese or MCU movies would be Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Actually?
Is that the one with Mickey Rourke?
I just looked up the cast because I think I saw it, but I forget.
I think it is.
Mickey Rourke is in it.
He's like an electric guy. He's
And
got like
Scarlett
electric
Johansson.
whips. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And of course, who could forget that hilarious cameo from Stan Lee?
Oh, and I think that one has an Elon Musk cameo too, I want to say.
Oh.
I know one of
Cool.
the Iron Man movies has an Elon Musk cameo, and I think it's that one. Which
He
is
presents
incredible.
Iron Man with like, "I like this gadget," and he hands him this thing that explodes. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, he kills Iron Man. Oh boy. Well,
He
look.
buys Stark Industries and then runs it into the ground.
My number 1. I mean, look, it's a classic. It's one of the movies that I watch. I think pretty much once a year. But Goodfellas, it's just so good. It's just a perfect movie. I mean,
No.
okay, whatever. Fuck you. But it's just so good.
It's not
everything
a
about
perfect movie.
It
Come on.
absolutely qualifies as a perfect movie.
You saying
I
that
would
is more
say.
offensive
Ever
to me than
since
the
I was a
Italian
kid.
stuff.
It qualifies as a perfect movie, I think. Goodfellas is my
Okay.
number one. Yeah.
So just to say, I have seen parts of Taxi Driver
Okay.
and Raging Bull. Just because you're wondering like what Scorsese movies I've seen. I haven't seen the full either one of those, but I've seen
If
parts
you added
of
the parts you've seen, would you have one full movie? If it's like half of Taxi
no,
Driver,
definitely
half
not.
Raging Bull?
No, we're talking
Okay.
like 20 minutes of Taxi Driver, maybe 15 of Raging Bull. But I will say, so that's the full list of Scorsese movies I've seen. However,
it would be so funny if what's the Tibetan one? Kundun.
Kundun, yeah.
If that was your favorite movie, that
That's
would be
the one
such
I've
an
seen.
incredible twist. Yeah.
I should have done that, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. I am a pretty big Tenzin Gyatso head, but no, the only other movie on the Scorsese list I have seen all of, and I do think is a good movie, and I should rewatch it because it is very good.
Yeah.
Is number one The Departed.
Sure.
I love The Departed.
Have you
kind
seen the
of-
original, the movie that it's based off, Infernal
No.
Affairs?
Why
Very
would
good
I
movie
see
as
that?
well? Because it's also very good. And
Is
there's
it like
a trilogy.
is it like a Japanese or Korean one or
I
something?
want to
Or is it-
say, let's see. I think
it's Hong Kong.
It's Hong Kong, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah,
Okay, well,
2002
I
Hong Kong
won't be
action
s-
thriller.
I won't be seeing that, but
Yeah.
I will probably rewatch The Departed.
Yeah.
As they say. Hey, The Departed. Good movie.
Yeah.
I remember it being good, and I love the cops.
Any
So,
movie with a
lot of
with
good
a
stuff in there.
good performance from Mark Wahlberg is a good movie, I think. You know, he's quite good in it as like a psycho
I
cop.
fully agree.
Yeah.
When you think of the great Mark Wahlberg performances, Sniper,
Transformers.
Ted.
Yeah, Ted 2.
The other guys.
I mean, the other
Actually,
guys, the other guys
is
is
that
legitimately rocks. Yeah.
The other guys is kind of sick.
The other guys
actually.
is actually a very funny
Becca and I
movie.
rewatched it.
No, it's a great movie. That movie
it's-
is really funny. Yeah.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some other good Mark Wahlberg things?
Well, I mean, Boogie Nights is obviously an incredible movie as well.
yeah. He's decent in that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Michael, thank you
Great
for this
top
top
three.
three, and thank you for appearing on the episode. Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to have you on the show. Before we go, anything you'd like to plug?
No. Oh, wait a second. Yes, there is something. I just released my sophomore stand-up comedy album entitled Michael 1 Comedy Zero. It's available on all the usual streaming platforms, and I'd love you to listen to it. Give it a chance. It'll put a smile on your damn face.
Beautiful. There
All
you
right.
go. And where can people follow you, Mike?
On Twitter or Instagram, I am at mbalazo, Mbalazo.
Beautiful. And Evil Men. Tell us a little bit about what's going on Evil Men right now.
Evil Man, we're just hitting new heights with every episode. It's a podcast I do with comedians Chris Locke and James Hartnett,
Both
who I
former
think
guests.
appeared without me a few months
Yeah.
ago because I
Yep.
was unavailable. And every week, we invented this format. We're the first to think of it, where we look at a different bad character from history, and then we joke about them, and then we rate them at the end of the episode. And we have all sorts of guests and fun times and laughs.
I will say, I know for a fact that we have converted some Blocked Party listeners to Evil Men listeners. And so if you are listening to the show right now and you're like, I've been dying for another podcast, it does seem like Evil Men very much is in the same zone as BP. If you like our show, you will absolutely like Evil Men. It's very funny.
It is one of the very
So-
few podcasts that I also listen to. Yeah, it's very good.
Well, there you
Oh.
go. So producer Dan, it's got the producer
There you
Dan
have it.
Wow.
recommendation.
There you go.
And what more could you want? Because producer Dan does not often recommend things on
No.
this show.
I listen to like
So-
3 podcasts, and 2 of them are the ones I work for. So
Well, thank you,
Well,
producer Dan. It means a lot.
Well, there you go. So check out Evil Men. Get Michael's album, Michael 1 Comedy Zero. Again, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Block Party Pod, on Blue Sky and YouTube at Block Party. You can donate to the show at patreon.com/Block Party, and we'll see you back here next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.